I'll be more careful next time.
There will not be a next time.
2014 brought us a number of great films. Don't expect to see any of them mentioned here.
Nobody worth talking about in Pompeii.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst movies of 2014.
I call it transcendence.
For this list, we're taking a look at 2014's dumbest, laziest, and most painful cinematic outings that made film critics rethink their jobs and mainstream audiences demand their money back. Number 10. Blended.
I would like to welcome you to our 4th annual Blended Family Moon Week.
While this Adam Sandler comedy isn't the absolute worst of his career, it is clear-cut evidence that he's not making any attempt to improve upon his shtick.
What's the blended family?
I don't know, it sounds painful.
All Sandler really cares about is repeating the same tired formula and gags so he can go on vacation, hang out with his friends, and make some quick, easy money in the process.
No, we're not blending. We were just having a conversation.
Seeing how Blended disappointed at the box office, though, maybe people are finally starting to wise up to his scheme.
I didn't know that.
If audiences are evolving, so should Sandler.
Yeah, maybe that's not actually a bad idea.
Number 9. Drive Hard.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
They say never judge a movie by its title, but it's hard to imagine a movie called Drive Hard being any kind of cinematic tour de force. Sadly, Drive Hard doesn't even work as an action-packed buddy comedy or a self-aware B-movie.
What do you say, gents? Call it a day?
The leads have little to no chemistry, the tone is all over the place, and the plot is recycled from superior films like Collateral.
Oh my God!
That is not technically true.
You know that your movie is in trouble when Thomas Jane's hair gives the best performance.
Go ahead and hit me, patty waist. Oh! Oh. God, my hip, damn it!
Number 8. Winter's Tale.
I can see winter as it turns around the room on the light. Darting from white lances to raised silver crosses to the optical glass to the flames.
This adaptation of Mark Halperin's novel consists of Will Smith making a meme-worthy facial expression as Lucifer, Eva Marie Saint playing a woman inexplicably over 100, Russell Crowe sounding like an evil Muppet,
Damon Enforcer of the Five Boroughs, Black Knight of the armies of the fallen, and faithful and willing servant to Lucifer.
and Colin Farrell riding a flying horse that's actually a dog. Talk about a mess.
Without purpose, nothing.
What's truly shocking is that Winter's Tale was directed by Akiva Goldsman, who wrote the Oscar-winning screenplay for A Beautiful Mind.
She sleeps in her tent on the roof. And you do not.
Actually, he also wrote the screenplay for Batman and Robin, which might explain why this love story isn't very magical or romantic.
I live down on 12th Street. I've got a chicken.
Number 7. Ouija.
Hey, this is freaking me out. I'm done with this.
A group of teenagers playing with a mysterious spirit board is one of the cheapest plot devices in the horror genre.
It's an old house.
This is a joke.
Given the familiar setup, it isn't surprising that Ouija is without a solitary original scare. In this day and age, did the filmmakers seriously expect audiences to be frightened by slamming doors, tattered dolls, and vengeful spirits?
Is somebody there?
As we've come to expect from Hasbro Studios, Ouija is nothing more than a shameless attempt to sell a toy. The result will leave even the most naive audiences rolling their eyes. Number 6. Vampire Academy.
Damn. Back to Vampire Academy.
Please don't say Vampire Academy. You know how I feel about the V word.
Over the past few years, we've gotten countless Harry Potter and Twilight wannabes. Vampire Academy tries to combine both of these franchises together, and the final product is every bit as condescending as you'd expect.
My name is Rose Hathaway, and I'm not your normal teenage girl. But I guess, is there really such a thing?
Even with the director of Mean Girls at its helm, this adaptation of the young adult novel never aspires to be anything more than a stereotypical commercial sellout.
Your reasons for not loving me just make me love you more.
If there's one lesson to be learned from Vampire Academy, it's that great art doesn't come from trend followers, it comes from trend setters.
What do you think?
Not now, dear.
Number 5. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You want to spend more time with me? I get it. I would too.
We need to get to the Sachs estate right now, Vern. Come
That's
on.
what I'm talking about. O'Neill, the Sachs estate with the vigilantes. What? Drive.
Lacking the fun of the 1990 live-action film or any of the cartoons, director Jonathan Liebesman's Ninja Turtles is another blow to our childhoods courtesy of producer Michael Bay.
We're ninjas.
We're mutants.
Well, technically, we're turtles.
Oh, and we're teenagers. But we can still have adult conversation.
The rushed plot is deprived of anything resembling character development and littered with unbelievable coincidences.
Yeah, I thought about doing, not becoming a ninja, but I was doing a bunch of yoga for like 10 days at one point.
It also doesn't help that the unattractive CGI turtles look kinda like Shrek, and that while Megan Fox still looks hot, she's got little else to offer, though she is trying a bit harder here.
Raphael!
You focus on me.
Number 4. I, Frankenstein.
Its spirit descends to hell, where it remains trapped for all eternity.
Have you ever met a really dorky kid who was trying to act hardcore, but he just came off as dorkier in the process?
This is real. All of it.
That is the best way to describe I, Frankenstein. The film turns a classic movie monster into a dull action hero surrounded by uninspired CGI villains, bland action sequences, and laughable makeup effects.
You must be Frankenstein. My name is Adam.
Frankenstein's monster, we know that you haven't had a starring role in a while, but you'll never reboot your film career if you keep choosing projects like this. Number 3. The Legend of Hercules.
Hercules. Your name shall be Hercules.
This year gave us multiple movies centered on the Greek hero Hercules. Although MGM's Hercules, starring Dwayne Johnson, wasn't anything triumphant, it was a blessing from the gods compared to The Legend of Hercules. If this schlockfest were pitched as a sci-fi original movie, we'd like to think it'd be rejected in a heartbeat. How the film actually got a big budget and theatrical release is beyond comprehension. Overblown with motifs ripped off from superior macho fantasy epics, The Legend of Hercules is truly the work of Hades.
Is it true? You are Hercules, the god.
No, I'm just a man.
Number 2. Transformers: Age of Extinction.
I think we just found a transformer.
Fool us 4 times, shame on you.
I've seen the commercial. They don't say that. That's not a guarantee.
Michael Bay delivered exactly what audiences expected once again with Transformers: Age of Extinction.
Come and get some! You're all gonna die!
Another overblown orgy of cars, explosions, slow motion, beautiful women without a shred of personality, sunsets, product placement, cringeworthy humor, and repetition.
A new era has begun, and the age of the Transformers is over.
While the previous sequels were arguably worse, the fact that Age of Extinction is almost 3 hours long, grossed over $1 billion, and takes no chances whatsoever is more than enough to despise it as much as Revenge of the Fallen or Dark of the Moon.
This is illegal. She's a minor.
We're protected by the Romeo and Juliet laws.
We dated for a little while. I was a sophomore and he was a senior. It's fine.
No, it's not fine.
We've got a pre-existing juvenile foundational relationship. Statute 2705-3. What?
Before we scrape the bottom of the barrel, here are a few honorable, or in this case, dishonorable, mentions.
Do I look that unhappy?
You look tired.
We found it! The lost city of Nutlantis!
He's scaring me.
Is this the nigga whose room exploded? Oh, I'm scaring you. Oh, OP, you something else.
Okay, you know what? That's it. I've had enough of this whole haunted house craziness.
This is...
It's her phone. You can look at anything you want. Her messages, her pics, her schedule, her contacts.
I wanted more than life.
last 3 days, the highest ranking official in our town has been a dead guy. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Wolves are dragging the body away as if to illustrate my point.
Number 1. Left Behind.
People from all over this plane have simply vanished.
Unlike some of Nicolas Cage's other recent films, Left Behind isn't even entertainingly bad.
I know you all want answers, and believe me, so do I, and I'll do my best to get them.
It's ungodly boring, with Cage stuck in a cockpit most of the running time, while Cassie Thompson aimlessly runs around, a stereotypical supporting cast attempts to figure out what the audience already knows, and the extras desperately try to act.
Looks like the end of the world.
One of these days the sky's gonna break.
Left Behind wants to discuss challenging topics regarding God and faith, but the film has no idea what it's talking about. In that sense, it's like the M. Night Shyamalan movie M. Night Shyamalan never made.
I just want you to be ready.
Do you agree with our list? What do you think is 2014's biggest stinker?
This happened on my watch. You f***ed up, and I'm wearing it.
For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You suck as an actor.
You almost killed me.
I didn't kill anybody. Let's go. Let's hit the road.